When I was hired in ministry 28 years ago, I was literally in labor in a hospital room. And I was thinking about this illustration and trying to figure out how in the world they called me at the hospital. Like, I still am puzzled by that. I mean, this was long before the days of cell phones. But they knew I wanted the job so badly. I was leaving my career teaching school and my brief stint doing technology for a county and for Ashe County Schools as their technology director. Worst job of my life ever, so not qualified to do that. And there was this position at the Methodist Church in Morganton where I had been their choir director for a couple of years, and it was a director of Christian education part-time. So I could be a mom and still have a job. And I was so excited to be able to marry my faith and my calling to be an educator. And it just seemed like the perfect position. But there were several other more qualified people than me, and people that had been members of that church their whole lives. And so I knew, this could go either way. And so they called me that day when I was in labor to tell me that I had gotten the position. I was thrilled. And guess what? Because I loved what I did so much, I put my whole self into that job. And I had a baby, and 2 years later I had another baby. The church, there was a phenomenal pastor there, a senior pastor, and he was a great preacher, and the church grew while we were there. When we started, there were about 100 people on a Sunday morning, and then after 6 years, there was about 300 people on a Sunday morning. My position had grown from being a part-time Christian education director to over those 6 years, I ended up going for ordination as a deacon and was in my probationary period, and I became their associate pastor. I mean, it was amazing. And I loved every minute of it. And I loved it too much. I'm sure some of it was that helper's high that I talked with us about last week. Like, we do good for people and we feel good. And so that endorphin rush, it just makes us keep doing other stuff.